That's part of the dilemma of being an American Negro, that one is a little bit colored and a little bit white. And not only in physical terms, but in the head and in the heart. And there are days, this is one of them, when you wonder what your role is in this country and what your future is in it. How precisely you're going to reconcile yourself to your situation here, and how you're going to communicate to the vast, heedless, unthinking, cruel white majority that you are here. I'm terrified at the moral apathy, the death of the heart, which is happening in my country. These people have deluded themselves for so long that they really don't think I'm human. I base this on their conduct, not on what they say.
That is James Baldwin, baby. He talked about moral apathy. We're going through that right now. It is as if he is talking to us right now today. James Baldwin grew up in a family, they weren't wealthy. He lived in poverty. He was a preacher at one time. He grew up, he conquered the skill of writing and definitely transformed this world with his straight, no chaser talk about race in America and the impact that racism and bigotry and white supremacy has on the Black community, and definitely in all Americans too, because he talked about that. He lays down the contradiction of this country very strongly. Take a look at this.
It was a great shock to me. I want to say this on the air. The Attorney General did not know Mr. Robert Kennedy. That I would have trouble convincing my nephew to go to Cuba, for example, to liberate the Cubans in defense of a government which now says it is doing everything it can do, which cannot liberate me. Now, there are 20 million people in this country, and you can't put them all in jail. I know how my nephew feels. I know how I feel. I know how the cats in the barbershop feel. A boy last week who was 16 in San Francisco told me on television, thank God we got him to talk. Maybe somebody will start to listen. He said, I got no country, I've got no flag. Now he's only 16 years old. And I couldn't say you do. I don't have any evidence to prove that he does.
James Baldwin speaking to the pain that Black people face and that contradiction of this country, rushing to liberate other folks when they can't even liberate Black people. You better lay that down. Now, in 1965 at Cambridge University in England, James Baldwin debates William F. Buckley on race. He drops the mic. Take a look.
It comes as a great shock around the age of 5 or 6 or 7 to discover that the flag to which you have pledged allegiance, along with everybody else, has not pledged allegiance to you. It comes as a great shock to discover that Gary Cooper killing off the Indians when you were rooting for Gary Cooper, that the Indians were you. It comes as a great shock to discover that the country, which is your birthplace, and to which you owe your life and your identity, has not in its whole system of reality evolved any place for you.
In this debate at Cambridge between him and Buckley, it really was about is the American dream, the Negroes, as James Baldwin put it at that time, is it the Negro's nightmare? James Baldwin was on to something. Just magnificent in every single way. I recommend, if you don't know anything about him, that you study him in one of my favorite books, The Fire Next Time. Let's put up this quote from James Baldwin. What is it you want me to reconcile myself to? You always told me it takes time. It has taken my father's time, my mother's time, my uncle's time, my brother's and my sister's time, my nieces and my nephew's time. How much time do you want for your progress? James Baldwin, born in 1924, passed away in 1987, American novelist, humanitarian, and truth teller. And what he is talking about is the constant push for Black people to be patient and wait. James Baldwin said, how much more time do you want? Study that, wrap your mind around it, let that marinate.